Tanya, and welcome back to the channel. It is currently 2:55 a.m. for me, so it's definitely time to get spooky. So, hi guys, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this little spook house. It's basically supposed to be a spooky little, like, I don't know, maybe it's like a witch's house. It's kind of like a cutesy haunted house on the top of the hill type of thing, and we built it in Windenburg because it's really pretty here, and I thought it fit here really nicely. It ends up being bright purple and orange, and I just think it was a lot of fun to build, so I hope you guys really enjoy it too. After the very specific builds the last couple of weeks, the Addams Family House in particular, and then Harvest Farms, I thought it'd be fun to do something a little bit more generic, just this spooky house, which, like I said, is called Spook House, but I might call it Spooky House occasionally because on the gallery it is actually called Spooky House because for whatever reason, when I called it Spook House, it told me that that was an inappropriate word. I'm not really catching on there. If anyone knows why, please let me know. I'm really curious because I don't think there's anything inappropriate about like a spook house. I mean, unless spook means something else. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm just not educated on that, but if you guys know, please let me know because I'm really curious. But anyway, this ends up being a very small home. The bedroom at the top is just at the top of the steps. It doesn't have its own separate room, and we have some wonky roofs in the front, which I think are quite cool. And it's just a very small place. It's very cozy. It's very spooky in a fun way. I don't think it's like scary at all. I think it's just kind of goofy. I don't know, it reminds me of like Halloween clip art, or like coloring books. Yeah, coloring books probably. I imagine this house is kind of like what you would color it in if you were a kid. It would be purple and orange, you know, with some fun stuff in it, like cartoonish, kiddish versions of things. And so that was kind of the inspiration behind this. Anyway, like usual, I'm not going to entirely talk about the build. I'll probably chirp in here and there actually about the build. But this is my millionth time trying to record this voiceover. I'm actually recording this the day it's going up, which is very rare of me because I always record these a week or so ahead of time, the voiceover, about a week. Yeah, because they record it on my weekend, so it's usually on Monday, and then it goes up on Saturday. But every day this week when I got home from work, because I didn't have time last weekend, I went to go upload it and realized I hadn't voiced it over. On Monday, or Tuesday morning at 3 a.m., I was scheduling all of my things for the week, and this wasn't voiced over, and I was not very thrilled about it, because I built this actually over I guess 2 weeks ago now at the point of recording this, so I was like, why isn't it voiced over? What? What is going on? And so then every day after work, when I came home, I was like, okay, I'm gonna voice it over, and I'd sit down, and then my rabbit would interrupt by making lots of noise, and then I'd get her to calm down, give her food, give her attention, whatever she needed, and then my cat would do the same thing, and they were just so obnoxious. And actually just now I had to coax my cat into calming down. I gave him a second dinner because he wouldn't calm down. I gave him dinner, and then he got super rambunctious and was like, I need to play, and I played with him for a long time with the laser light. He was running around full speed being crazy. And I'm like, oh, and then he flopped over, and I was like, oh, good, he's tired out. And a couple of times I tried to record, and he came over here and hit my arm and scratched me hey Ma, I wasn't done playing. And I was like, oh my god, really, just not right now. I mean, I love you so much, and I'll probably play with him more after I'm done recording. But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna spoil you tonight. You can have dinner twice. He's very food motivated. He loves food. I don't think I've ever given him dinner twice before. But I think this one time is not gonna be that big of a deal. So I think he enjoyed that. He's just kind of sitting sort of near me, but he's not bothering me. He's staring at a wall for whatever reason because he's a weirdo. But at least he's not coming over here and scratching my arm or trying to interrupt this video. I also apologize if I sound kind of weird. My nose has been running all day, and I don't really know what's going on. I hope I'm not getting sick. I also had a sneezing fit this morning, so I guess that's not a good sign. But you know, I'm gonna hope for the best because I really can't be getting sick right now. That would really, really suck. Especially because Halloween is so soon, and I actually got it off this year, and I'm really excited to, I don't know, actually do something. By do something is I'm gonna sit at home and hand out candy to children that come to our house. and watch some horror movies. We'll probably make some like spooky drinks and food and stuff. I kind of want to make dirt cake. I haven't done that in a long time. And when I was a kid, at my grandma's house, we used to always make something called squashed frogs, which is basically like Rice Krispie treats using, instead of Rice Krispies, you'd use like Frosted Flakes, and you'd dye everything like green, and it had M&Ms in it. So it was just mushy and just like really messy, and kind of resembles squashed frog, so I guess that's why it was called that. But I loved doing that, and I would love to actually do that again this year, because call back to my childhood, that would be amazing. Do you guys ever make anything spooky for Halloween, like any foods that are super yummy? Looking at this build, I actually used the tree with the circles on it. I feel like it's like too silly and futuristic or cartoony to use in normal builds, but since I was kind of going for a cartoony look for this build, I was really excited to use it. I think it looks really nice. Also, if you do decide to go ahead and download this from the gallery, like in addition to it being called Spooky House instead of Spook House, and being under Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi for searching it, it will also show up as using custom content because I have the Autumn mod installed. If you don't know what that is, you can go ahead and just Google the Autumn mod. It's a really awesome mod that makes it look like everything is fall, which is amazing since we don't have seasons in the game just yet. Hopefully we'll be getting that sometime soon. Who knows? I'm sure it's probably something that's already in the works. If they've been talking about how pets has been like in the works for a very long time, and we just found out about it this year. So I'm assuming seasons is already in the works, and so that's kind of exciting. Obviously, that's not confirmed. There's no way we're going to know for sure, but, you know. And we have a purple roof on this house. I've never used this roof, really. I don't know. It's just, it's a very specific look. And I guess I've never been going for that look before. Adding some ghosts around as well, and some spooky lights. I don't know. These are just items I never use, and, like, styles I never use, and this was just such a fun build. I want to do more stuff like this, but I feel like it's only appropriate at certain times of the year. Going in here, I'm realizing how tiny this place is, but I think it worked out really well because it's like very snug and cute, and I love it. We end up having the tiniest living room and the tiniest kitchen, a pretty decent sized bathroom, and then the upstairs is like a loft type bedroom. Like I said, it's not a separate room, so it's a weird layout, I think, because I would think normally, if I saw a house like this from the outside, I would expect it to be more traditional on the inside, like very separated rooms, not open concept at all, but it's sort of open concept, so, you know, it's interesting. I really like it, though. I hope you guys do. I know I already said that, but, you know, I'm rambling at 3 a.m., so welcome to my channel if you are new here. Oh my gosh, we actually separated this off here. The kitchen is a pretty cute size, I think, and I really loved using a lot of the wallpapers that came with spooky stuff because I never got the chance to use them. Because as many of you know, up until a couple of months ago, spooky stuff was the only stuff pack I didn't own. The only pack in The Sims 4 at all I did not own because I didn't really see a point. And then one day I randomly bought it, and now it's perfect because it's Halloween time of year, it's October, and it's getting plenty of use. So I'm really happy with it. I think it's on sale right now, too, if I remember correctly, because it's this time of year. So if it is on sale and you don't have it yet, and you're really into Halloween, I would highly suggest picking it up. I mean, it's just decorations and stuff, and there's like a candy bowl that I think if you grab candy from, sometimes like a hand can come out and grab you. And you can carve pumpkins, so, I mean, I think it's worth it just for carving pumpkins. I've only done that in my games once. In my Parenthood Let's Play. I've never done it before that, so when I did that, it was like my first experience carving pumpkins. I've put pumpkins on lots before, but I didn't carve them. I like just grabbed them from the debug menu, so I don't know, first experience. I remember loving carving pumpkins in The Sims 3. It came with seasons. Oh my god, The Sims 3 seasons was so good because it added all the holidays. The holidays, the festivals, the actual weather. The Weather Channel, the weather in the paper. I mean, we don't even have paper in The Sims 4 anymore, which makes sense because it's pretty outdated as a media source. Although, don't tell my grandmother that. She still gets the paper every morning. She doesn't really read it anymore. I think she just, like, feels like she needs to have it because she's always had it. So, you know, She always has newspaper, so if I ever need it to, like, when I was, like, moving and wrapping things up, she's the person to go to for me. She's got tons of newspaper. My mom does too, though, because she has birds, and she lines the bottom of the cages with newspaper, so that's helpful. Speaking of birds, I wish we had those in The Sims 4, cats and dogs, but, you know, that's okay. Actually, if I wanted, like, a little critter, I'd want a rabbit, because I'd love to have my baby in the game. My little Wednesday. But anyway, we are putting this cute jack-o'-lantern in the kitchen. It's not even really a jack-o'-lantern because it doesn't look like it's hollow. It looks like it's kind of painted, I think. But it's a spooky pumpkin with a witch hat on. So I think it's really cute. The bathroom ends up being purple and gray and black, which I think is a pretty interesting combo. I never used this color purple ever. I feel like it's a little bit too bright. I don't know. It's not something I would typically use, but I felt like it worked for this house that, like, used a lot of purples and oranges, like, bright colors that I normally wouldn't use, and, like, spooky everything. Did I even use, like, the spider wallpaper? I might have. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I used some, like, funky wallpapers that came with spooky stuff that I don't typically use. I think it was the spiderweb one. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever I used is in the living room. Upstairs, I don't remember what I used, but I put this closet actually in the fireplace, because why not? Have this wonderful floorboard that came with spooky stuff, which is actually probably one of my favorite items. Like, came with spooky stuff. I love those floorboards. They are so nice. I tried to make this orange color up here work for a long time, and I ended up getting rid of it in the end. I think for, like, a palish purple color, I think this one, because it goes better with the bed, and I really wanted this kind of, like, old bed. I didn't want it to be, like, overly creepy like the vampire bed, but I wanted it to be a little bit old school. Here's the candy bowl. I couldn't decide what color I wanted for the longest time. I don't even remember what I ended up on. Did I end up on that candy corn? I almost said candy cane. Similar names, so that makes sense. I think we end up putting a little bench over here, and may or may not put, yep, there we go. We put our little cauldron on top of it, which I think has bubbles in live mode. I'm not sure. Or live mode. Do you guys call it live mode or live mode? I like kind of go between the two. I can't decide. Put this painting up here, but I put mirrors in it because I didn't feel like, even though it's a spooky build, I didn't think vampires were appropriate. I put those images over the window, and I know they're over the window. I did that on purpose. I just thought it was kind of kooky and interesting. And I'm putting some spider webs and cracks and stuff all over the place. I don't want it to be too run down, but I want it to have, like, aspects of that creepiness, I guess. Adding some flowers up here. And what else do I add? Oh, at some point I add, like, a mini graveyard out the back of the house, which I think is kind of cute. But right now we're just adding some more stuff in the bedroom area. And I think it came out pretty cute. It's kind of cozy, but, like, spooky. I feel like this would be a fun place to, like, stay for a night or go to. It's not big enough for a party, but I feel like this would be a cute attraction in, like, a spook walkthrough. There was this, like, attraction I used to go to as a kid. I think it was called, like, Pumpkin Town or something like that. And they had, like, different, like, mazes and stuff you could go through, and, like, a bouncy house with pumpkins and all that kind of stuff. And I could imagine something like this there. Oh, they also had, like, a jail cell that had, like, scarecrows, like, dressed up as different things in it. I could imagine something like this in a place like that, like, a place that's for kids, and it has, like, a setup, like, stage of a spooky house. But it's not, like, really scary. It's just kind of creepy, spooky. Like, kid-friendly Halloween, basically. I think this would be a fun, quote-unquote, haunted house for kids to visit. And I guess that's kind of what I was going for. I mean, I tried to explain what I was going for. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm overall happy with how it came out. So I think I achieved what my goal was, which is, you know, maybe you understood what the goal is. Maybe you didn't. I'm not sure. I really like these goofy tombstones out front. We put, like, more realistic ones out back, but the goofy ones in the front are really cute. I've never used them before because I felt like every time I needed gravestones, I wanted them to be more realistic. So that's that. Oh, we also put this spell book in the bedroom, which I think looks pretty cute. Did we put any? Oh, I ended up putting a shelf over here and put, like, the little skull guy. There you go, that guy on it. I think he technically floats when you go down a floor, though, because you couldn't actually place the shelf there because of the stairs. It technically is the floor below. It's kind of confusing. But if you build a lot, you know what I mean. These are the couple of gravestones out back. Like I said, they're pretty simple. Adding some spiders as well if you're afraid of spiders. I mean, not a good idea. I'm afraid of spiders too, and I was on my way to work this morning and something tickled my arm and it was a spider crawling up my arm. Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised it did not crash. Oh gosh, I don't know. I can't deal with spiders. Yeah, I placed them all over in like spooky builds. Alright, anyway, bye guys.